that kid in the back. I don't know if he's got like a weapon, if he's going to do something to me. He got that look, because I'm like, dude, I don't know if he's going to get me, if he's in the gang. I hope I'm cool with him, right? I didn't know what to think. He turned out to be the sharpest cookie. He says, I just want to learn this, man. I said, here's the deal. If you want to learn, you can't buy anything. With young people, I have a certain different way of working with them. If you're serious about it, I'm going to hook you up. I'm going to give you everything I have here, but do not buy anything here. And if you're serious about learning it, I'm going to give you some of the training stuff where I learned how to put it together. Really? Yeah, okay. So it was over that night. He started in March of 07. By July of 07, he was working for me, making $1,500 a month for maintaining and working with my websites. Oh, that's almost all right. It's better than that. Yeah, out of all these people that are in there, everybody was hiring him.
That's right.
So now, he's making more by fooling with sites than he is with the FAA that he worked for. He was in Washington, D.C., worked for the FAA. He's been there since he was 17. If you've heard the next generation, he's on it. Because when a young person can grasp a little bit about what's going on, like you're doing right now, the sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Nobody can touch what you can do. You guys just not have computers in the room and head start in kindergarten.
Right. That's right. That's right.
I was lucky to pass typing class. I mean,
with the ruler.
I got a C+ when we were making pizzas in home ec. But to know that you guys had you were exposed to the world from the time you started being educated, it's crazy. So I said, dude, here's the deal. You get WDGA radio up, I'm going to give you all the elements and what isn't right. Now, we worked on it a couple times, we got about a whole month. No, that's not going to work. Yes, that'll work. No, that's not going to work. I don't like that look. Come back with a look that's going to get me. So once he did, I made him go into Audio Acrobat and learn everything about how it works. Everything. So I said, I want these uploaded, and I want them put the different players. I want to look, the same look consistent throughout, because you can have different looks for your players. So we list some of the names. Lessons from past presidents, three-way call magic, prospecting process, the best kept secrets, opportunity means for success, attract. We have different things that are inside the radio on demand. I mean, if you name someone who was out there 2 years ago, I had their stuff. From Mark Victor Hansen to, what's the other guy's name? The guy's book you guys read from the private session. Jack Canfield. Everybody. Anyway, so I always put different websites of mine in there, but before, I had websites of different companies in there. I always have my music up here, but I also marketed for other people's. So let me see here something. Sweet. I'm gonna give this one like, oh baby, I knew this is gonna get it. I'm gonna have you on flash, baby. Yeah, you bring it to daddy. All right? And you're gonna pay me. Here's the way we're gonna pay. Just give me your credit card every 10 days. You're gonna do it. Now these guys are some of really good friends of mine now. Now we just kind of like, we go speak, we gotta hang out with each other, and I can't party with them. Some of the guys like Todd Falcone, I couldn't party with that brother. He's young and he's not single, but I can't hang with that kind of stuff. You know. This from Conscious Business Circle. That is what's her name? Closer, Christine Closer. MLM Success TV is my brother, Myron. Now, Susan Slide. Now watch this. This is the part I had the most fun with. I drove my own money outside of advertising in these corners. So let's go. Let's go here. Now I had that on autoplay for a while and took it off because everyone couldn't handle the concept. Now this is an ad for something. What's that? What's the sound? What'd you do? What you doing on my junk? You eat my mom.
And you're listening to WDGA Radio.
We were in
you hear some great empowerment music. You can also hear some of the greatest trainers ever. Whatever group, whatever organization you have.
We're on a laptop thing.
I'm dancing to the Delete, who I caught dancing to the WDGA jingle.
Here it goes, baby.
That's it. Here it goes.
Hey! Oh! So when the calls come in, look out, baby, give me back. I was young back then, I could spin. Hey! Yeah, baby. Okay. Now there are some people. Yeah. happens is, I knew what the marketplace is screaming for. What I also knew is everybody delivered the same way. I knew that no one does music, humor, and content. So I said, I'm going to do it anyway. Nobody's doing it. If nothing else, they'll come just to see that. And eventually, while they're there, we'll get them with something. You know how they do in the grocery store? I went to the grocery store to pick up some toothpicks, but while I'm in the aisleway, oh, we also needed some chapstick. Oh, I'm so glad they have a lighter right here because I'm going to get a lighter, right? So I knew if I could just get them there from the song. Did you see that thing? Go watch that guy. He's on that page dancing. The idea was that when they're there, get them. So we say, how are you making money with that? What does that have to do with anything? Trust me. It's all by design. Sorry, officer, I'm blocking the way, but give me a second here. So I've got different people here. Tony Robbins, yeah? Jeff Combs. I don't know who this is. I don't know who that is. But I want you to see what I was doing to generate capital. My brother, thank you. Fran Harris. And here's Jerry Clark. There's page 2. Let's go to page 2. Did it load? Or is it loading? Okay. Load up, baby. Don't be playing with me. What do we hear? Music.
Hey, it's me, Junior again. I got some great news for you. PS2 and PS1 players out there. I know a lot of you still got them. And soon you're going to get the PS3. I know because the demand is real high everywhere when you go shopping for this stuff. And maybe that you have old games from Xbox or even one of the original.
Did you guys watch the stuff that was in the caption before it started? You're going to see it again, but if you didn't, I was sending them somewhere.
There's another one. Nintendo, PS1.
That's what I'm selling. That's what I'm telling them. They can.
Right.
I'm giving them a concept. I'm not selling PS1s or PS2s.
Right.
I'm trying to get them to learn the power of eBay so they can go and buy my product. We sold thousands and thousands of dollars worth of these eBay products because of these commercials. Just what? Listen to the commercial.
And those kind of things. Let me tell you something. There's thousands of dollars out there for those who sitting on like a truckload of games. So I'm gonna tell you right now. I just saw on eBay maybe about 10 minutes ago that right now there's a bid pretty high on a PS1 about $52, right? And when it comes to PS2s, we're talking between $100 and $220 in any given day. What about the games? You know, you pay $59 for them, you play them, you master them, you get to the top. Now, get to eBay, find out how you can promote what it is you sell instead of throwing stuff away, put it in the basement in a box. Learn how you can make hundreds or even thousands of dollars every week right on eBay. Where are you going to learn this kind of thing? Well, no other than the university. Look at this bottom of the screen. Get there, get the tools.
eBay Profit University.
It
was an ebook series.
Be your college. Hey, look, it's Junior signing out. Junior Gold, it's a pleasure seeing all of you guys. I'll be back with some other tips. By the way, that watch you got on, I know you got a new one for Christmas, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to ebayprofituniversity.com and find out how you can put that watch on eBay and get some money back for the gifts you've been getting for years. Hey, it's Junior. I'll talk to you later.
Follow. Now, don't get caught up in the accent or any of that stuff. Think about the end. Begin with the end in mind, right?
Right.
So now, my goal was to get as many people as possible to eBay Profit University. Man, let me tell you how good we were doing. We got calls from eBay. Hey, Duke, you can't use this. This got our name in it. I know what you do. You can't do this. Oh no. Oh, this thing was hot. eBay Profit University and eBay Success something or other. I have 2 different websites. So, whatever they are, I bought the domains. Then I began to drive people through them from MySpace, YouTube, but WDJ Radio made us a lot of money off the ebooks. Remember I told you about those? Where's Mr. Turner? What are they called? Ebooks.
Digital products.
Electrons. Digital, right? They don't really exist until someone puts them in their hand by downloading them and doing something with it, but really, it's something we just own. I didn't play with that product. That was a $77 product, but it had tons of books inside to show you how to master auctions, how to start your own, how to upload, create your own profile, how to have videos and audio on your site, on your eBay page. Yes, ma'am.
Did you outsource the creation of the ebooks, or you did it?
It's better, sweetie. This is what I want to tell you guys. I own the private label rights to it.
Yes.
I own the product already. I bought it. It already existed. I don't create as much as it looks like. I buy a lot of stuff that already exists, and then I move it. I move and shake that puppy. Move and shake and move. I'm not gonna create it, and the website already existed. All I had to do is put my own audio or video on the page, and my PayPal now was done. He said, "Oh, you're that guy. You're that guy from New York." I mean, I got some people who made racist comments on those pages. I got some who said, "You were so, I tell you what," they said, "Forget about it." Everybody had different comments. I didn't care what you said. Just pay it, bro. You don't have to like me. You stayed there long enough to hate me. I don't care if you stayed. It must have been good or something, right? Junior Golden has sold a lot of products. Not because I like talking that way, but because I know the marketplace. Here's what made me decide to do that, by the way. If you don't believe I do this marketplace thing, the hottest show in 2007 was what?
The hottest show on TV?
Yeah,
Sopranos.
Sopranos.
It's
But I like that whole Italian thing. It was kicking butt.
your show.
So I said, okay.
I never
funny.
seen that, and I knew that.
You should have
Hello.
said, you should have said
That was
HBO.
the show.
Okay,
Then I
okay,
would
okay. But just get the concept is this.
Yeah.
I didn't sell what I thought. I didn't try to move and use what I thought was good to me. I moved what people was already in love with.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, there was some streaming.
Let me tell you something, right? Forget about it. I like some pasta basil with a little basil, a little cheese. Anyway.
I live next door to them.
Hello. So, the concept is, there's a lot of money to be made on this page that goes beyond the people that wanted to advertise with me. That's just some. So if you're one dimensional, you're going to say, good, our group's going to do this, we're going to come up with the most ads. Good, that's okay. What else do you see in it? You might come up and say, look, we're going to get some really crazy commercials. We're going to advertise like crazy. We're going to make sure, we're going to have way more audio training in here than Dwayne had before. Just don't be one dimensional, that's all I'm saying. If you're ready for it, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, good.
I'm ready.
Now, do you see why I said in the beginning, it really doesn't matter whose team you're really on? Do you get that?
Yes.
It's good if you can get the right folk, but I think that any group of three in the room is the right group of three. Until someone signs out. Someone signs out when they don't want to be bothered. They don't want to be a participant. So, I have another program here. That was MySpace. Use MySpace, bro. I love that one. The first night, a Sunday night, we put this one up. It's called MySpace.
Marketing Secrets.
Yeah, but what's the name of the site? Oh, that's bad, yeah. It's called New MySpace Pro.
Right.
New MySpace Pro. Man, you remember, I have a database now that I didn't really originate. I just got from some friends, right? I host a conference call on WDJ Radio on a Sunday night. I get home from church. It's a 10 o'clock call. Beep, beep, beep. Hawaii, Jamaica, people are on, hey, this is so-and-so, I'm excited about being good. Oh, I'm going to rock your boat. I'm going to tell you tonight, this is a WDJ radio call like you've never seen before. Why? Because I'm going to tell you to fish where the fish are biting. At that time, it wasn't Facebook. At that time, it was what? MySpace. At that time, not just the youngsters, but internet marketers and network marketers were all over MySpace. Remember that, Henry? Yeah. It was crazy. So I said, I got y'all. I'm going to give you the tips. I'm going to give you the step-by-step instruction on how to mastermind and pull as much of your database that you want from MySpace and make sales. So I bought the rights to MySpace Marketing Secrets. And with MySpace Marketing Secrets, I said, I'm not going to sell to what everybody else does. They put up a page and hope that somebody's going to show up. I don't like that. I don't want to hope that somebody shows up. I want to get them there. So here's the deal. I said, watch this. I took them inside my MySpace. I said, if you look in here, you'll see that I've got these specific groups. You're going to see, I want to show you, by the way, I didn't even show you guys this, but that's tomorrow. I launched different schools inside there. And I charged $3,500 per attendee. It grew so big we had to take it outside of that and create a school. But it was free inside of MySpace. MySpace allows you to have private groups in there. There were groups I belonged to that had thousands of people in it. And I would send messages and bulletins and bring them out in exchange for offering a lot of value. I went down the line and showing them in MySpace how I use it and said, listen, I got something for y'all. I've got the step-by-step tutorial ebook that just costs pennies in comparison to what you get back if you're all ready. If you're on this line and you know you're ready for it, say you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay, wow, you must have been on the call.
Ready.
I said right now, tonight only, I have new MySpace Pro. This is the new world. I am in my 40s. I'm in my 40s and the young people own it. For a couple of years I said I would never, that's yucky. Why would I go to that place? People with tattoos all over their face and the earrings And I don't want that stuff. I told my kids that, but it's got to be sinful. I didn't understand. It's like anything else. Even TV is sinful, right? Your neighborhood's sinful if you go to the wrong part of the block. So here's the deal. I said it's not for young people. I've taken and watched as I network with my kids and find out how to use it. I had my 12-year-old David set it up for me at the time. I had my son Daniel show me how to create my profile with videos and stuff around it. But now I have a resource that anyone can use. It is, shh, everybody shh. It's called a secret. The MySpace marketing secrets will revolutionize the way you use the internet. This is what I told him. So here's the deal. It's only 60-some pages long. You can read this tonight and get kicking tomorrow. What is it? Where's the site? Where's the site? Just hold on, baby. I ain't done yet. I always present the value before I mention the price. So I can't send them to the page yet because they're going to see the price.
Right.
Oh, always. You mention the price first, stop complaining nobody's buying from you. You're just too busy trying to sell the price. Yes, sir. Oh, I didn't come. That's all right, dude. You remember back then? Remember that night? Well, you might have been in college.
Doing MySpace marketing?
Yeah, remember that night we did?
Remember we put it on CD too?
$5,700 that night in a 45 to 50-minute conference call. It might not seem like that much money, but back then, you see, there was no webinar. Webinars is a fortune to be made there. But a conference call, and I had nothing to ship. Stop playing. Stop it. Woo. So watch this now. Now at that time, when they got to the page, they got MySpace marketing secrets. They got viral YouTube. I gave them that program. They also got another one. I forgot the name of the other one. It had to do with YouTube. I said, I'm going to do better. I'm going to make sure you can work with all the programs. I'm going to hook up YouTube in there with you too. Tonight, for $77, you can get it. Get over there. NewMySpacePro.com. It's yours to boot. All because at a radio station that could assure me that I will always have attendees. You know, if you don't have attendees, you don't want to have buyers.
Right.
But if you listen to the marketplace, you can get attendees. You just got to create some more place where they can go bathe. I lost y'all. Never mind. Y'all missed it. You following this?
Yeah.
So trust me. If I was, I could go to a high school classroom or a business classroom in college and say, I don't get. There's not much money in that. What is that? They have no clue. The mind goes so much further than the edge of a textbook. If I'm not mistaken, it was the minds that created the textbook, so it has to have an edge that you can go over and cross that jump. Tax due. Right? Love to sell his tax materials. This is me. You know what this is? You know what this is? That's been paying me a lot of money over the last 3 years. Some of the people that bought from there still have Web Market Magic, still using it today. The real beauty is, the team that gets this project will be able to put yourself evenly within WDGA Radio with me promoting it. Because when I relaunch this, you got to understand, it will be big. You got to launch it. I mean, I've launched some stuff before, but I want you to be creative. But when I launch this, I'm inviting the entire world to come see. WDGA Radio now is not only on demand, but it has bing, 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 bing. And you guys are going to determine the bing, 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 bing? Oh, she said bing. Crosby. Okay. So, any questions so far about what it was and how it came to be versus what you've in your mind right now? Any questions about that bridge? So you understand, I don't want you to take and revive what already exists. I can do that on my own. Right? Creative genius, whatever your creative genius is, find it. And the only contribution that is really bad that you make is the one you don't make, you just think about. And you get mad when someone else says it first. So come out with it. Somebody laughs at you, remember this, it's their loss. If they're so foolish to laugh at an idea, ideas are meant to be thrown out there. So we can find the right one. We do this usually in groups of 4 to 5. Mastermind weekends. See, I'm just trying to, I want you guys to get an early start on it. We'll go in, we have several things written down we want to accomplish. We all throw kinds of ideas. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it ain't. Oh my gosh, we got 5 minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I didn't get, yeah, so much spirit.
I'm not doing this.
I know, I'm living off this stuff, but I gotta get some food too. So, but I remember sitting, hey, what's up, baby? What's going on? Yeah, sure. Hey guys, what's going on, baby? Dwayne, I'm gonna spill the beans here. And when we come back, Dwayne's gonna present to you. He's gonna share with you how this process works. I'm only gonna summarize it now. So I want you to whet your appetite. I want you to see there's so much more than even I'm saying. There's so much more to any of that stuff. By now, you probably can already see why it's foolish to even complain about anything. You just find a way to do it. Right? You probably can see that. All the time is lost in that kind of joke. He missed the boat. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I want the heat to stop, I'm going to turn this off and turn that up. Yeah, shut the light off. Yeah, I'm shutting the computer off. This thing's burnt. I'm ready to start it. Is there?
Yeah, it's right there. Power button. See it?
Right here?
Oh.
Yeah, push it twice.
Oh, you did good. Okay, and is the lights already up? They're probably already up.
One more?
It's better?
You like me? I'll unplug that puppy.
More like that.
All up, yeah.
Press power.
Officer, I'll tell you everything, I promise. Just turn the light off. I'll tell you, officer. Make it feel better. I'll tell you where the money's hidden, I promise. I promise. Okay, I did it. Okay. That's okay.
Plug it.
You know me, I'm going to show my color. Oh, you're trying to... Oh, I was blocking it. No, I had this a couple years, dude, so you might have to unplug it.
Don't let jump again.
It's gonna shut off when it cools off.
Yeah, guess what? Huh? It will?
Yes.
Oh, they trying for the cool off, dude. And let it cool off. That's going to make it heat up, dude, blocking the light. Let the light out.
Blinky, is that microwave that wire I should?
Huh?
Search it. Came in. It's put back
Huh?
on. It's a kitchen shine.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
It's a nice fishing hole. If anybody's ever fished before, this is a nice fishing hole. About 2 years ago, it's probably the case now, if you wanted to really find out where most of America was, I don't know about the rest of the world, at 4 o'clock every day, where were they? Most of America, 4 o'clock Eastern.
2 years.
Okay, the ones that weren't working.
Looking at you.
Ones that weren't
working.
Oprah.
Ding.
Oh, watching
I
over
was there.
TV.
It's an internet marketer's dream. Oprah, after a while, started talking about what the episodes would be about in advance.
Yeah.
Oh, so you better not do that anymore, baby, because I got you. If you don't, you tell me what's coming Tuesday. It's coming Thursday, right? So there are several things you can do to get there first. You got to pay attention, folks. You got to stop saying no one's helping me, nothing's happening yet. You got to be there. All the answers in front of you. So if they announce, let's say they announce that Michael Jackson, they found out who killed him, and he never really died. They had to cover it to find out who he was, but he's really alive. They're going to tell us all about it on Wednesday. I want you to tell me what that might mean to you as an internet marketer. Oh, wow. It got quiet that time.
Traffic.
What does that mean? I want you guys to speak complete sentences and tell me exactly what it might mean. What do you think it could mean for you? Okay.
I would want to know what happened, what the whole theory was about.
Let's say that you're right and you're right together. And because I have a group of people I met inside of the apprentice program, I call them up. I say, look, let's all get together. Let's find everything we can on the day Michael Jackson died, and let's compile it into an ebook. I want you to cover the doctor. I want you to cover everything that took place on the stage that day and all the people that they interviewed. I want you to cover the tour that was supposed to start and everything they confirmed. And we create this ebook about it. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to literally create a capture page and make this ebook available for free.
Wow.
Under Michael Jackson, we're going to do an article and a press release, and then we may do a Google ad campaign. Here's what I want you to know. Oprah determined where most of the traffic was in Google in any given day. If they were going to have David Cassidy on the show, trust me, out of the top 10 places searched that day, David Cassidy was one of the top in the world searched that day. I'm just telling you, Dwayne's going to walk you through the process this afternoon. But I want you to understand, that's just an example of what's happening. American Idol, we're down to the last 2 contestants. Who do you think it'll take? So here's all you do. You say, I'm jumping in front of the gun, baby. I'm not, while everybody else is watching CSI, I'm going to work my magic. Right? I'm going to find everything about that hometown this person's come from. Both contestants. I'm also going to find out the day they started singing in the church they used to sing in. I'm going to do all my homework on these two candidates, and I'm going to compile my own story, my own ebook, or my own special free report. But I want to get more people coming through my page. See, the people say, I ain't getting you. No, I don't get any leads. I don't generate nothing. Guess what? Give people a reason to go through your page. If you tell them they can get this now and you have another one coming next week, just give me your name and email address. I'm going to send it to you next week. Guess what they're going to do? Oh, Lord. Huh? Creativity is, all your money and your ideas are already here. You just don't know where people are because you're not paying attention. My whole thing this weekend is to get you all to wake up and pay attention. There's a lot of money outside of your network marketing company. That's why I said I don't want anybody doing that here. There's a whole bunch out there. How many of you, I burst a hole in your gut already with that? Huh? Yes.
So right now, since the Olympics are going on, would that be...
Okay. Didn't someone's mother just die of a heart attack the day she had the day
Yeah, 2
before?
days
Yeah.
before. 2 days before.
Was she on Good Morning America this morning?
Yep.
Yes.
And will she be on CNN and Letterman later this week?
Yes.
Now that you know that, you can't do it after. You can't be a reactor and be a successful internet marketer. You got to be a forecaster and say, uh-oh, this might come. I'm going to spend the next 2 days preparing it in case it does. When it does, I'll be ready. You cannot afford to have your number called and not be ready.
Journalism 101. No.
So when you find out, so when you come back this afternoon and Dwayne walks through it, I ask you, even if you're not the one who likes to write into a journal, write. I won't repeat that again. I'm here for 2 specific projects to get you carried off on, and someone's going to win an opportunity to be with me through my projects and still work on those. That's why you don't want to lose the blue ticket.
They can lose.
Oh, please lose them. So here we go, folks. If nothing else, before we go to lunch, do you recognize that there is money out there even though you haven't had it in your pocket?
Yes. Yes.
Do you see that wherever the fishing hole, I call it a fishing hole, if people are already there, trust people want to spend money. People will spend money if they live in New Jersey or Pennsylvania or Rhode Island or Idaho. They will travel to go see Oprah stand up and speak to a crowd.
Yes.
Yes.
The numbers don't lie. He's going to show you how to find out exactly what's showing on Google any given day and seeing what's hot. Yes?
Mary J. Blige did a concert on streaming the other night. What was, I wonder how did that do? What was her captured audience on that?
She already sees, there's 2 things now. You're talking about a person who already has a huge database.
Right.
She already has her audience. One album, one release is going to make her a fortune. So you don't have to calculate too much beyond that.
So her
Now,
purpose was to just expose her new album?
musicians do what they're told. So her campaign manager probably said, I got an idea. He may be working on something, and maybe getting her greater exposure across the web. He may be seeing another marketplace so he can get his $5 million bonus or his $10 million bonus. That's different.
Jay Letterman was promoting it and some other
Just JV. That's all that is. That's just JV. Right? They said, we're going to give some kickback. We're going to promote, we're going to get more people to your show when we're on contract. We're going to say, go to Jay Letterman's show. So it's all interacting, but I want you guys to see what's possible for you in this whole process. Okay? So that's beautiful. Just note, there's so much out there. I can't even tell you. So I don't even know yet. I got it uncovered. That's why some of you, I'll probably be coming to you for advice in the next year or 2.
You will, all right now.
I love it. Officer, I need your help. I can't find my puppy. No, I'm kidding.
Everybody can see that.
See, we all laugh, y'all encourage them. We don't.
Let's go to lunch and come back here. It's 12:30. 1:30, 2 o'clock. Let's be back. But if something hasn't happened yet, it's gonna be pennies on the dollar. It's gonna cost next to nothing to buy AdWords for that name, for at least the first month. By the time it becomes expensive, you've already made a fortune because you're gonna be at the top. One year there was, I'm just going to give you some secrets of internet marketers. One year there was a kid stuck in a mine for a long time. Remember that?
Yeah.
Right. It was a tremendous opportunity. Not leveraging sad stories, but it was a happy one actually, but leveraging current events. Something about being there first. Bill Gates was there first. Long before we had computers that were were smaller than this table, back when they were as big as this table. He saw the vision. He wanted to be there first, that one day everybody's going to have one in their household, right? He didn't just do that. The man thought very smart like. It was a time, it was opportunity to come. Yeah, how about that? And the way it started off, it's kind of like the internet marketer's pathway, by the way, the way he started this thing off. He started off with rights. You guys understand the power of rights? Musicians, child actors, and people who've owned things in the past, the rights to their shows, the rights to their songs, the rights to their movies. We learned a lot from watching what happened with them. Most of them were taken advantage of. The people who own the rights are still rich today, and their families are rich forever. The people who created the stuff and sold their right because they didn't understand where the future was going, they're hurting. Or they did hurt for a while. You understand what I mean? I'm going to show you how Bill Gates leveraged this. How many have heard of Aaron Neville? And if I were to told you a story, you could tell me you already know the story. Say it. Okay, good. Aaron Neville came out with a song, I think in 1967, I do believe. It was called Tell It Like It Is. It was a hot song. It crawled all the way to the top. But when it got to the top, Brother Dan, he didn't own the rights to it. Someone just produced it and put his stuff out there. He was working on a roof in New Orleans. No, I can't say it right. New Orleans. He was working on a roof and heard his song. Someone said, "Hey man, ain't that your gig? Ain't that the one y'all was working on?" He didn't make a penny from that song. And today we still play. A lot of it. You know that song?
I didn't even get to hear that. I was doing this.
Oh, you was in Nikki's world.
Oh, I knew it was coming.
Hey, I was just explaining. I've already give you a concept about rights, the power of owning rights and stuff. You asked a question right about how it created. I didn't create it. I bought the rights to resell it or the private label rights to it. I was explaining the power in it. I was giving an analogy, Nikki, about some of the artists of yesteryear who never made money from their music. And if they did make money, it was less than you make at your job. The people that made the money are the managers and those who own the rights to it. Great example. The amazing thing here is, that through rights, you can leverage nobody knowing who you are and making a fortune. We call that movie star money, and nobody knows who you are. That's a good thing. You get to keep that privacy that way. So what did Bill Gates do? While he's a master's student, he and a buddy had an idea about this thing at the time called DOS. You guys ever heard of DOS?
Yes.
Okay. You've heard of it? DOS back in the day, Shane, it was a black screen, it had writing. All the code was written in one language for the most part. And you gave your computer commands through DOS, and then it would actually execute those commands. That's what the whole framework of what we do now was based on. In fact, you can see your DOS part of your screen. If you ever go in the back side of your computer, it'll let you look back there, and it's all black. You can C, colon, backslash, blank, 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 underscore. If you guys remember that back in the day. Well, Mr. Microsoft said, wait a minute. Remember I said about the overhead? What kind of overhead do we have in this kind of business? Low. Thank you. Everybody say it.
Low.
Low overhead. What kind of income? High. Make sure you can handle this, guys. This video is going to be sweet. Some of you can start fanning yourself. You know, right? My sister here flips houses. I think you've done that in the past. You've worked in real estate. Some of you have done that. A lot of money in that. But there's no money like owning, watch this now, intellectual property. When you own intellectual property, you ain't got to worry about the value going down.
Right.
You don't have to worry about doing any labor. You have to flip it over the shoulder. You ain't got to do anything. None of that. Here's what he did. He said, I've got to find some people that can understand what I have here. I'm a college student who I don't have anything. But what I do want, if I can get my hands on $50,000, I will pay them back more than 10 times their investment in the first year. Or they just risk losing all. And guess what? If you find a couple people who are willing to come up with a total of $50,000, that wasn't a lot. Now in those days, the internet didn't exist. They didn't have the leverage you have now. I fully believe that if, I'm sorry if I hit you, if Mr. I almost said Mr. What's his name? Gates had the internet at the time, he would have gotten this stuff so much quicker and it wouldn't cost any money. $50,000, bought DOS, and kept up with his promise that he would give them 10 times was the return for that investment? How did he do such a thing? How can you get 10? I want everybody to think creatively. How could he give back that kind of money and still become one of the world's richest people ever in history?
Because he had a load.
That's what he did. That's some of the process he took.
He owned the rights.
He owned the rights. What did he sell? That's what I want you to get.
License.
He licensed. He still owned us.
Right.
He says, I'm going to find as many people that want to. I'm going to license it to them for just $99. Right? So, watch how cool this is. Millions of people eventually would license his product. And instead of him needing to go ahead and give it to him, not own it anymore, he still owned it. And what he did, he make updates. Right now today, if you want to go get Windows 7, you'd have to do what?
Update. Computer.
Well, watch it now. You can watch it now. If you already have the last version, you can just upgrade it, right?
Upgrade.
Because you already own the license, you can upgrade it for a small fee. With the switch of a button, he can make an upgrade and let it download your computer automatically, where you can go buy the physical case, and you, because you have he's licensing it to you, his fortunes are growing. The electrons. Back in the days, you remember that? You remember that, Jason? There'd be like 24 to 30 CDs inside of it, or for that floppy disk, you get a whole case of floppy disk to upload it. Because where the World Wide Web is gone, that's not even needed anymore.
Exactly.
But he makes more now as a result. Licensing. I relicense a lot of stuff, but I bought a lot too. I'm like, hey, I'm not stupid. Give me the right, I'll sell it. I'll find a way. So this whole idea of creativity goes so much deeper. When everybody else was thinking, are you nuts? A computer in the house? What would be the purpose? What are you kidding? I can understand a science lab. I can understand a factory. Come on. Every household. Huh?
We got 3 in our house.
At least one, so some like.
Somewhere in almost every room, right?
Exactly.
In 1979, believe it or not, computers had come a long way. They were doing all kinds of stuff. They could solve so many strong, what would normally take 3 to 4 months equations. They can resolve them within fractions of a second. That's how powerful it is. It will do what normally most people would do in a fraction of the time without exhausting anyone. And literally, we were enjoying some of the benefits of computers in those days. We just didn't own one, right? So bottom line is this. He got there first as a result. He became one of the wealthiest people ever. Many people who've heard of Microsoft, there are a lot of people who've heard of Microsoft, wouldn't know Bill Gates if you slapped him in the face. Kind of looks like Stephen King, right? Like, we're not going to like meet him and know him necessarily. I don't think he cares too much. We have the Xbox. He said, "Oh my gosh, look where computers are going. I mean, look where gaming is going." Sorry. He said, "I'm gonna get my hands on that too. I'm doing some of that stuff. To see where the whole thing's going. I want to get there. I don't want to be the last guy. I'm jumping in this thing." And watch what happened. He became a catalyst for PlayStation and what's the other company, the other group?
Xbox.
Sony PlayStation. Not yet.
Xbox.
Was it Xbox?
Nintendo. Yes.
Xbox is the one he brought out, right?
No, Xbox is the one
Nintendo.
you guys recently just teamed up with,
Yes.
and now they have that whole thing.
Before that, though, there was Nintendo, PlayStation, a couple of them.
Atari.
Atari.
That's in our day.
Atari.
Sorry.
Pac-Man. That's right. That's right. Centipede.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
Centipede. Dug out.
Okay.
Dug out.
Space
Okay.
Invader.
Space Invaders, but here's the point.
Telling your age.
He got there first. Now, the guy dropped out of college to see his vision through. He went against the grain. The grain was, you got to do this, this, and this to ever become successful. But it isn't the vision that God gave him to declare that success. And he stood by it when nobody else believed it. When he was called crazy. Are you kidding? You're going to give up your program, one of the leading colleges in the world, to chase this whole computer thing? You can imagine everybody wanted to be on his team and be a part of his camp the very moment he got DOS and began to license it. Think about this. Most people they think what everybody else thinks. Okay, I got one. I'm going to sell this computer. I'm not going to set it up in the lobby and tell everyone they can use it for $1 a piece. I'm not going to license it. I'm going to sell it. The concept is it's a whole new way of thinking. create something where you get to keep it, and then you can make money from it. So I say that, where was I going with the whole license thing? Where was I going there?
I'm making the money.
Huh?
I'm making the money from the license.
Yes, yes. Ongoing cash from, thank you, Mr. Ike. So, huh?
That's right.
Yes, okay, you gotta go to Miss Ike. She knows exactly what I was talking about. For whatever your head, I was talking about Ike Turner. Okay. I'll move a little slow, okay. Okay, all right. Some of what you're looking for is not in blogging. Some of what you're looking for is not going to be in articles. Some of what you're looking for is not going to be in becoming this scientific genius with the internet marketing. Someone's right in your face in Main Street right now. I'm a Michael Jackson fan. Always have been, since I was a kid. Don't like his ways, didn't like his ways necessarily, but the man was great, he was creative.
Hey,
He
I'm
brought the
married.
first
That's right.
Oh, you were married
I
too?
was married to Michael
I'm sorry,
Jackson.
Miss Jackson, I'm
What?
sorry. Sorry, Miss
Not
Jackson.
everybody was married to Michael.
No, not everybody. I was
Okay.
definitely not.
Okay.
The
I was
females,
definitely on the
we
blue
was
team.
all married to
I was
Michael.
definitely on the blue team, baby. No, I'm kidding. And my kids didn't sleep in his house either. Okay. All right, here we go. Here we go. Watch the point here, though.
Mainstream.
This mainstream. If somebody came out and said the inside story, Michael Jackson, what he really brought to the world, what most won't tell you about, the unreleased songs through the day that he died. By the way, that week, I know my job, I was Googling everything I can about him. I was trying to figure out where I can get some of this, what I can get. I was finding it. If someone would have had that, I would have opted into their page for that free report or for the ebook, and then went to another page where I would have bought some. That's the way it works. I know what I want about for anything. Just what happens if I'm looking to get to South America. She's good. Oh, she's in good hands, baby. You're the one we ought to be watching. If I want to get my hands on something, I don't look in the yellow pages. That's old school. Some people still look at the yellow pages. God bless them. All right? I search for it, and all kinds of stuff pops up. Missed opportunities. In 2008, I had a meeting with a Holiday Inn in Pennsylvania. Their numbers are down. And you see, remember I told you how powerful information is. People are going to pay for what they don't know. So I said, I believe I can increase your number of people. I'm a consultant first. That's my thing. Internet marketing is a byproduct of doing some other stuff. But my favorite thing is to consult people, because people will pay you a lot of money to know a little bit of what you know. So there's different things you can do to target market specific people who want to attend your hotel. So when someone looks up the local Holiday Inn, airport, this case it was not an airport, it was just called Harrisburg East. They're going to come up across the page. You're doing what everybody else does. Your page is like a brochure. Why don't you give them a lot of value and in exchange for the name and email address first? Instead, you just put a little thing on the side for them. Put it in there and give them an opportunity to win 2 free nights stay. 2 free nights stay at your hotel anytime throughout the year. Select one person a month to win this, but when people go out to your site and are looking it up, and they want to click on something, allow them to get their name and email address first. So now all your target marketing, your commercials and so forth, you can save some of that money. You can have specific email message campaigns for people who are having a prom and they want to know where to have it. For those who actually, your relatives are coming in for the family reunion, you can actually give specific emails with your special breaks, blah, 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 blah. And I don't know what month this was, but I set it up for them. And you know what? I'm testing the waters. I don't really know what all works yet because I'm new at this stuff somewhat, right? I find myself getting many, many free comped nights anytime I wanted at that hotel. Of course, I started having meetings there. Remember how big the meeting was? I was charging me like $125 to $150. From the big ballroom that holds a few hundred, didn't matter. I made that my haven in exchange for marketing. Now, I happen to know if I was focused, this goes back to someone's comment, I think that was yours, Joy, about maybe it was yours about what works and what doesn't work. Some stuff you don't spend a lot of time with because you already have other things that make money for you. I could rest there. What you want to happen is one day, it may be that the economy shifts on you and you're down, all your main stuff goes away. You could easily make money from what you know. I have no doubt in my mind that if someone told me, Dwayne, you have to start with nothing. You have the ability to process money if it comes in. You start off with nothing. I don't know where I'd start first. Everybody's hurting. The minute someone says, everybody's saying, oh my, the economy is going crazy, you've got to think to yourself, uh-oh, what do I do now? What kind of leverage does this give me? Understand this. If everybody feels that they're doing bad, you've got a lot of leverage, everybody in the room. How do you use it? Is it information about how to get out of this economic downturn that I'm in?
Well, you've got the advantage, everybody's sitting at home unemployed on their computer.
Or in front of the box, right? Or they're sitting home complaining. Or in some cities, I got pulled over to North Carolina a couple of months ago, and they took me down to the thing where you have to go to a hearing. There's a whole bunch of people under a tree. Oh, I'm sorry, I told you I was going to, I'm so sorry, baby. I was going to be under, no, you come on in, baby. There's a whole bunch of grown-ups under a tree in a lot of cities. They just sit around talking, play checkers, and drink alcohol. Anybody ever see this? Yep. Okay, so I'm good, I'm not the only person. So I was like, wow. So some people, when the times get bad, they would say, well, that's just deal with it, man. I think time is down, baby. Right? They said, hey, you know about football? Well, then pass it, baby. Pass it. She pass it down, take my sip, and then give you some, and it's all day long. And it's in a lot of major cities. So, yeah, some people are doing that, but others are wondering, what can I do? I know things can change. Some people are thinking, the world wait till I'm 20 for this to happen? Now there's no opportunities? I mean, there's all kind of thought processes that can result from it. You should be thinking, what can I provide the world who wants this change? What can you provide for them for a little bit of their money? A little bit. It's a little bit of money, and multiples of it that will give you a lot. Some people believe you have to make a lot of money off one person. You don't have to do that. A little bit. Increments of a little bit. So, I want you to give me, everybody remember where the numbers are?
Yes.
Beautiful. I'm going to introduce what my son is going to do for you in a little bit, but before I do that, I want each of you to do one thing. First of all, I want the ones to step in the hallway and do a personal round robin. I call round robin, it's introducing yourself, what you believe you bring to the group. All my ones. Go out in the hallway, introduce yourself, make sure you know who each other are, what you believe you bring, and then you come back in, then my twos are going to go out there and do that. Oh, you don't remember which one you believe they have a direct advantage. Okay? Huh?
Because they won number one.
No, that does not. Because they have a technical guy out there who does technical stuff. Who number one, the people that make the most money in this industry are not technical people. I trust ideas more than I do talent and skill sets. Okay? So what I'm going to provide for you, you can win with or without that. I'm going to introduce you guys to something as soon as I turn this on, and then I'm going to bring Dwayne up so my wife and I can take care of something. I'm going to show you the answer for whatever you need technically, because you have a limited budget. Got it? I'm going to show you exactly where to go and how we do it. So don't be fooled. None of you. You have a distinct advantage because you have to rely more on creativity than the fact that someone knows how to build websites. Cool? A lot of good-looking websites out there that make no money. A lot of great, they're sexy, man. They're hot.
Yes.
Woo! They look good, right? Doesn't matter. That has nothing to do with the cash. Okay? So don't be deceived. Don't be pulled in by the myth. Each of you as individuals will determine how well you do. And if all egos are left at the door, the ground is level. You both have an equivalently strong chance. If they rely only on that skill set, I can tell you right now, it's going to be hard to win. Because when I'm judging, I'm going to tell them the same thing. I'm judging this on what you bring that's original and creative to the table. Design has nothing to do with it. Design's good if you got one, but you don't worry about it. We provide that. So if you got someone on your team that does it, that's good. But the ideas and the ability to execute